Before Amazon attempted to sunder the Lord of the Rings fandom with the Rings of Power, Disney sacrificed Star Wars on the Mountain of Woke. But before that, there was a Legend of Korra that was used to start some of the DEI and woke propaganda that we're experiencing today. Why do I say that? Is that because Korra happens to be a dark-skinned woman? No, it's because of how they first presented us to her and what that means for the rest of the series. The way they presented Korra to us is that she could control not her native water element, but she could control fire and earth just as easily. The only thing she struggled with was air, and the only difficulty she had was by the end of the first season, she was able to use it. So there was not really all that much going on with Korra with learning her abilities. Yes, they showed several scenes of her struggling with her spirituality and all that, but they lost out on the training sessions with the other elements. You had Aang, he had to learn all the other elements. You had the Kenoshi warrior, who were based off Kenoshi, the avatar who had to go through all that. You had the avatar before Aang, Roku, who had to go through the experience of learning all the elements. Every avatar before Korra has had to go on this journey, but because Korra is the Mary Sue of the Avatar universe, she didn't have to do any of that. And honestly, in my opinion, has made the show worse for it. For from there, we see the keep on cheapening of Avatar Korra's abilities and her other personality. It just got worse and worse as the series went on. The main issue, I have to say, is the theming for the show. The Avatar, The Last Airbender, had the one overall theming, and that was war. War was the main theme that Avatar The Last Airbender was telling us. It told us about the propaganda, it told us about the pain, the suffering, the hatred that can be built within you, the despising of your own people for what you do in that war. It was such a masterful piece that told us what happens when a civilization experiences war constantly and why it's such a horrendous thing. War was an amazing thing, and honestly, I want to do a series just based on Avatar: The Last Airbender and its associations with the themes of war and what we can really learn from that today from this amazing masterpiece of a cartoon. Where you have Korra, it's just gutter trash. The theming was all over the place. There was nothing consistent except you had the pieces of a story there with Korra and the other areas. The first season, it was all about the non-benders and benders having social strife, the different social classes. Excellent story. You could have told great story just between those two areas all the way through and how people can overcome these difficulties and how it will take decades upon decades to build up trust between the two, or how, just one instance can inflame social tensions to an unbelievable scale. It could have been such a beautiful story, but they just let go and they went on to do a civil war for half of season 2, and then they did this stupid dark avatar area within the next season. Then after that, they went and brought all the airbenders back with some magical spiritual mumbo jumbo, which is just dumb because it completely cheapens the genocide that happened back in season 1 with the air nomads. Just completely undercuts the devastation that has. The world needs to recover from that scar, and it has not recovered yet. So it just was bad, in my opinion, to do that. And in season 3, you also had the rise of a Red Lotus group that wanted to kill the Avatar, and specifically Korra. So it just did not make any sense for that switch change. It was just a ricochet. Like, where are we going? You're going back and forth constantly. And then in the final season, you have the tonal shift again. You have the rise of a totalitarian regime. You have the rise of pretty much communism within the Earth Kingdom, with the Earth metal benders taking control, and now they become the Fire Nation and about to destroy everything. So Legend of Korra has had a lot of issues because at the very end, also I forgot to mention this, she turns gay for some reason. She was straight at the beginning of the show. There was no indication that she had any gay tendencies. But in the last 6 episodes of Legend of Korra, her and the other chick, they get together, who didn't have any gay tendencies either until the animators decided to make her gay for no reason. So there's a lot in the Legend of Korra I hope that they just leave behind, because now Nickelodeon has decided that it is best to go ahead and create another series called Avatar. seven heavens. And now, pretty much what's going to happen in this is the synopsis right down here. A world shattered by a devastating cataclysm. A young earthbender discovers she's the new avatar after Korra. Yay, another female avatar. That's what we all wanted. But in this dangerous era, that title makes her as humanity's destroyer, not savior. Humanity hunted by both humans and spirit enemies. She and her long-lost twin must uncover their mysterious origins and save seven heavens before civilization's last strongholds collapse. Now, don't get me wrong, this actually sounds like an interesting storyline, sort of. The issue is we live in the era of DEI and woke, a bridge, and all these social movements that's going on. Hollywood has not flushed it out yet. Yes, we are moving in the right direction with President Trump in office, but we have not even gotten to a place where we can say that I am comfortable with Hollywood creating a story in one of my favorite franchises in the world. Because make no mistake, Avatar: The Last Airbender will be remembered 20, 30 years from now. And Legend of Korra will as well, but as that side add-on, that sludge on the side that people look at it like, yeah, just don't talk about that. That's what that show is going to be. Whereas Avatar: The Last Airbender has so many messages and it's just a masterpiece of animation storytelling that it will be remembered forever. And I just wish they would learn from Disney's mistakes. Disney cannot help themselves but stay around the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy. They make the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Acolyte. They make the Ahsoka TV show, the Mandalorian. They have all these shows that are just centered around this era. Now, fair enough, the Acolyte is 300 years in the past, but still, that is just a woke piece of garbage as well. So I'm not going to get into that because that's just a mind grain of just bad story writing. But they just need to cut all that stuff off and go like 500 years into the future. Leave the Skywalkers behind. Leave everything behind. Let the Republic come back into fruition. Let the Sith start growing back in the shadows again. And let's have another war in the shadows. Or bring in the Yuzhong Vong. Have that war going on. That would have been a great story for them to tell. But no, they can't do that. There are so many issues with Star Wars that I wish Nickelodeon would look at and learn from that and be like, yeah, we're just going to cut it here and we're going to move to like 6 avatars into the future. You don't need to have this consistency of, oh, here's an avatar. We need to go to this next one and this one and this one after the cycle. No. Aang was a great avatar, but you don't need to stick with him. Just move past him. Just go to the future and let us experience new stories that aren't corrupted by this woke ideology. Yes, I am making some assumptions here that this is what we're going to be experiencing in this TV show, but can you really blame me? I mean, from what we've experienced in the last little bit here, it's likely that what we're going to be watching is not going to be a high quality TV show, but maybe I'm wrong. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Is this going to be an amazing show? Am I off my rocker? I kind of don't think so, but let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like if you liked the video, leave a dislike if you did not, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts. You all have a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye.